Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. Now, detective vehicles take all shapes and sizes, and here in the US, the Ford Fusion happens to be a model that we've just worked with a customer, and Chris is over at StarCar. We're going to take a look at the upfitting / finished product of the Ford Fusion. So let's go across to Chris right now. Take it away, Chris.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you for joining us here at StarCars, where the past few days the guys have been working away on the Ford Fusion that you see here that's all finished up. So various pieces of the car, the front end, the interior, bits and pieces taken apart, equipment mounted, and all reinstalled by the gang here. And of course, no nuts, bolts, or anything left behind. So the car is nice and clean, same condition it arrived in, it's leaving in with the addition of the lighting package and siren system. So we'll show you a look at that now. Nice, clean, and effective it is. Front primary warning lights are done through Whelen Engineering's XLP interior light bar. It's a two-piece and custom designed for the Ford Fusion, so mounting hardware specific for the headliner and the shroud contoured to the glass, so you're not going to have to worry about flashback when responding at nighttime. This is tied into the HHS 2200, so handheld controller. In position 2, red and blue lights flashing away. Tie it up to position 3, and that activates the white takedowns. They can also be operated as a normal front white illumination function, stow steady burn, and they can be used without the warning colors on. Another neat feature that StarCars has done with this inner edge to give some versatility to the flashing is using a momentary button on the controller tied in the scan lock trigger wire. So what that allows us to do is with a momentary button tap, adjust the flash pattern on the fly. So when the car is starting its day, the operator, with the push of a button, can adjust flash patterns on the fly, as you can see here. Rounding out the Fusion's front warning light, as simple as they are, is Whelen Engineering's IONs. These happen to be the wide-angle lens in a split red-blue, and the wide-angle lens with them mounted down here and at the position they are helps to stretch the light, increasing the safety when it comes to off-access and intersection coverage. Rounding out the lighting package on the rear deck, a set of Whelen Lindsay 6 Spitfires have been installed. Flash patterns synchronized between the two. Nice thing about these that a lot of folks didn't know is that there was a hidden synchronization wire within the shrouds. And speaking of shrouds, that was another nice feature when it came to the Spitfires on the rear deck. They help keep the light concentrated and nice bright output, but they help reduce the light flashing back onto the interior of the car. Again, all through that useful little shroud. Like the outside, on the inside of the Fusion, not much has changed. Behind the shifter, we have a Motorola radio, and over on the passenger side, dropped in next to it, is the in-vehicle radio repeater. And you'll also notice that the radio itself is quite deep, as it's a one-piece. So with it installed here behind the shifter below the climate control, the length was able to extend down and under the console. When it comes to controlling the lighting and siren tones of the vehicle, this is the controller, so a nice convenient handheld. Again, it's Whelen Engineering's HHS 2200. Push button on the side here for talking through this, as it is a built-in PA microphone. Here is the lighting control, so 1, 2, and 3, so it's actually a push button progressive. 1 is activating our rear deck lights, so the Spitfires. 2, rear deck plus inner edge, and 3, rear deck, inner edge, and the flashing white takedowns. You can see below several buttons tying into siren tone control, including hands-free to use it through the vehicle's horn ringer. And below that, push button for activating the takedowns and the inner edge. The scan button here is the momentary, so with each tap there, that's advancing the flash patterns. And lastly, for nighttime operations, should the inner edge be a little too potent, the operator can press low, tuning it down to low power mode. Well, that is going to bring us to a wrap on the look at the 2016 Detective Spec Ford Fusion. As always, the crew here at StarCars done a wonderful job with the installation process. For a look at the products available on this vehicle, Whelen Inner Edge, IONS, Spitfires, and the HHS 2200, take a look at the product specs on the website. You'll notice throughout the video the nice little captions that have popped up. Again, I'm Chris. Thank you so much for joining us here on SIRENNET Television. Back to you, Stuart.
Don't you think he looks younger every day you see him on camera? It's amazing. Anyway, again, a big shout out to Chris and all the gang over at StarCar for putting the vehicle together. And many thanks to the customer for buying the product from us. Of course, we greatly appreciate that too. I'm Stuart, and a big shout out to you for watching SIRENNET Television. Thanks for watching.